Welcome to English Storytime. Peace be upon you all. Before you jump on me and ask, what kind of title is this? Are you seriously telling these stories now? Wait, hold on. This story is incredibly strange, and when you hear it, you're going to be shocked, wondering, how is this possible? Are there really people like this? So, I won't keep you waiting. Thanks again for the support. May Allah bless you. We're continuing with more stories these days, and I'll be uploading a lot, so I hope you can support me with likes and shares. Let's get into the story. Okay, around 2019, there was a man named Talal. Talal didn't have a job at the time and was waiting for employment. He had just graduated after finishing high school, going through all the exams and stuff like the aptitude test to qualify for a good university or apply for a government job. While waiting for those opportunities, he looked for any way to make a living and saw that one of the easiest ways was to become a driver for ride-hailing services like Uber, Kareem, or Genie. One day, he got a request through the app from a woman who appeared to be around 50 years old, and she was with her daughter, who looked to be in her 20s, around the same age as Talal. Talal arrived to pick them up and was driving them to their destination. As he drove, he noticed that they were whispering to each other, seemingly surprised about something. Talal didn't pay it much attention, but then suddenly, the older woman took out her phone and started recording him. Talal saw this through the rearview mirror and got confused. He thought to himself, "What's going on? Why is she recording me?" He knew that as a driver he met all kinds of people, some good and some not so good, but this was really strange. He kept driving without saying anything, thinking maybe it's better not to react because who knows what kind of trouble he could get into. This all happened in Riyadh, a city known for its crazy traffic. Talal eventually got them to their destination, despite all the traffic jams. When they arrived, the older woman asked for Talal's name. He replied, "My name's Talal, why?" She told him, "Oh, I don't have cash on me, and I don't know how to use the app to send you the payment. Can you give me your number? I'll send the money through STC Pay." Talal was a bit uncomfortable but gave her his number anyway. She transferred the money right away. Then she asked, "Talal, if you don't mind, could you help us with our bags? We're carrying a lot of stuff." Talal, being polite and well-mannered, agreed to help. After all, it was a kind gesture, and he was raised to always help those in need. He carried their bags all the way to the door of their house. As they reached the house, the older woman suddenly said, "Talal, would it be okay if I contacted you directly? We don't have a man in the house, and I don't know how to use the app well. I'd rather deal with you directly for our rides." Talal, again feeling awkward but wanting to be respectful, said, "Sure, no problem. If you need anything, just give me a call." A few days later, the woman called Talal again, asking for another ride. This time, it was just her, without her daughter. The destination was an hour away. Talal agreed, though he found it strange that she always sat in the back and kept staring at him through the rearview mirror. It made him uneasy, but he stayed focused on his driving. When they arrived, she didn't even stay long at the location. She went into a shop for less than a minute, came back out without buying anything, and asked to be driven back home. Talal found it odd. 2 hours of driving for a few seconds inside a shop. But he didn't say anything. He figured, it's my job. I'm just here to make a living. On the way back, things took a strange turn. The woman asked, "Talal, may I speak frankly with you?" He said, "Sure, go ahead." She then said, "You're a very handsome young man, and I really liked you from the moment I saw you." Talal was shocked. His body tensed up, and he didn't know how to respond. He was just trying to do his job, and now this. She then began asking him personal questions like how many siblings he had, what his parents did for a living, and if he was married or in a relationship. Talal was extremely uncomfortable. He tried to answer as politely as he could, but kept his responses short. He didn't want to offend her, but he also didn't want to encourage this strange behavior. The woman continued to pry, asking, "Have you ever been in love? Is there someone special in your life?" Talal, now visibly stressed, responded, "No, I haven't, and I'm not really thinking about that right now." The woman then told him, "I think you'd make a wonderful husband." Talal was completely taken aback. He didn't know what to do or say, and he just wanted to finish the ride as quickly as possible. After what felt like an eternity, he finally dropped her off at her house, and she gave him a tip, which was more than what the ride was worth. Days later, Talal started receiving messages from the woman's daughter on WhatsApp, asking him to stop driving her mother to far-off places and to check with her before agreeing to any more rides. The daughter was clearly worried about her mother's behavior, and this only added to Talal's confusion. The mother kept contacting Talal, asking for more rides, and one day she even invited him to break his fast with them during Ramadan. Talal politely declined, but she insisted, saying she had cooked a feast for him. Out of respect and to avoid further awkwardness, Talal ate a little in front of their house and then quickly left. After a while, Talal decided to stop answering her calls altogether. He felt trapped and didn't know what to do. Despite his need for money, he couldn't handle the strange behavior anymore. He finally blocked her number, hoping that this bizarre chapter of his life was behind him. Talal couldn't help but reflect on the situation. He had encountered many passengers during his time as a driver, but nothing had prepared him for this. A simple job had turned into a bizarre and uncomfortable experience that he would never forget. And with that, our story comes to an end. What did you think of today's story? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, take care and may peace be upon you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.